Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're about to graduate college or you just did, you might be feeling a little bit of dread about the job hunt. Well, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to break down why so many experts are calling this the toughest job market for new grads in years.
And to really get it, let's just start with the feeling on the ground. This quote from Annika Swinson, a senior at the University of Iowa, it really hits home. It perfectly captures this wave of anxiety spreading across campuses. This deep-seated fear that the very jobs you're training for could be automated away before you even get a chance to do them.
But this isn't just a vibe or a feeling. No, the data is absolutely backing this up. It's the employers themselves who are sounding the alarm, and they're basically giving the graduating class of 2026 a pretty stark warning about what's coming. Just take a look at this. A recent survey from the National Association of Colleges and Employers, which is a huge deal for tracking graduate hiring, shows that more than half of employers are rating the upcoming job market as poor or fair. That is the most pessimistic we've seen them since the very beginning of the pandemic, and you can already see the impact right now. As of this past June, the unemployment rate for recent college grads actually hit a 4-year high of 4.8%. But here's the real kicker. That number is now higher than the overall national unemployment rate. And that's flipping the usual trend completely on its head.
So what in the world is causing this tough new reality? Well, it all boils down to what people are starting to call the great entry-level squeeze. And it's basically a perfect storm of way more people fighting for way fewer open jobs.
And this chart right here shows you the core of the problem. According to the job platform Handshake, full-time job postings have dropped by over 16% in just 1 year. At the exact same time, the number of applications for each of those jobs has shot up by 26%. It's a classic, brutal supply and demand mismatch.
And this pressure, it's coming from three main directions. First, you've got this general economic uncertainty that's making companies really cautious about hiring. Second, the rise of AI is starting to automate a lot of those classic entry-level tasks. And third, new grads are suddenly facing a ton of competition from more experienced junior workers who got laid off recently.
A former recruiter, Giovanna Vega, she just lays it out perfectly. When experienced workers can't find jobs at their level, they start applying for entry-level positions. So suddenly, as a new grad, you're not just competing against your classmates, you're competing against people with years of experience under their belt. It's a whole new ballgame.
So let's zoom in a bit. To really understand the mindset that's driving all this, let's take a look at what's actually happening inside some of America's biggest companies.
And this is a really widespread trend. We're seeing a wave of major companies, I'm talking giants like Amazon, UPS, Target, all slimming down their workforces. The reason they keep giving is a push for efficiency as they get ready for a cooling economy.
And then you have a case like Verizon, which is just, wow. The company is planning to cut 15,000 jobs. I mean, think about that number. This isn't just a little trim, it is the largest workforce reduction in the company's entire history. And don't think this is just a temporary thing. The new CEO at Verizon, Daniel Schulman, made their strategy crystal clear. He's basically saying, get used to it. This aggressive cost-cutting is the new normal for them.
Okay, so all of this has to make you wonder, right? Is this pressure cooker situation only affecting new grads, or are the ripple effects of this whole thing spreading even further into the job market?
And the answer is, yeah, it's not an isolated problem. This trend goes way beyond just recent graduates, and we can see clear as day evidence when we look at the market for seasonal holiday work.
The pattern here is exactly what we just saw. The number of people searching for holiday jobs is up a whopping 27% from last year. But at the same time, companies have announced the fewest seasonal hires since 2012. It's that same painful mismatch. Way more people, way fewer jobs. And behind these statistics, there's a real human cost. This is Meredith Carbonell. She lost her full-time job and is now just trying to find some temporary work to get by while her savings run out. She's applied to multiple big retailers, but so far, nothing.
So given this incredibly competitive landscape, what does this all mean for you if you're looking for a job right now? Well, it means the old strategies, they probably aren't going to work anymore.
Experts are warning everyone against what they call the spray and pray method. You know what this is? You feel desperate, so you just start firing off your resume to hundreds of online job postings. The problem is, these applications are almost always generic. They're not tailored, and recruiters can spot that from a mile away.
And as Christine Cruz-Vergara from Handshake points out, this strategy can seriously backfire. In a market that is flooded with applicants, employers are looking for quality, not quantity. Sending a generic, one-size-fits-all application is pretty much a fast track to the rejection pile. A thoughtful, tailored application is what actually stands out.
And all of this leaves us with one final, pretty massive question. As AI keeps getting smarter and companies keep prioritizing efficiency, the very nature of starting a career seems to be changing right before our eyes. So what does the entry-level job of the future even look like? That's a question that today's graduates, and really all of us, are going to have to confront.
Thank you for watching Jobs Are Gone with AI. The 2026 college job market is shaping up to be the toughest in 5 years with massive layoffs, AI disruption, and the rapid disappearance of entry-level positions. Graduates face unprecedented challenges, and understanding these trends is critical for navigating the future of work. See you in the next episode.